All right, so now shall we start with the session? We're going to speak in this first topic, the 6.1, which is foreign direct investment in the world economy. Just to put it really simple, without any further words, without any further and elaborate definitions, the foreign direct investment, sorry, is just placing a large amount of capital of a specific company, a multinational firm in this case, in a foreign country, in a foreign market, in an international market in this case. Uh, is one of the main activities of international trade and is a key indicator for a country if they are attractive of if they are competitive for economic development. So you can apply for foreign direct investment in order to compare Mexico with some other nation that is in the same situation of developing countries. So with the FDI, you can check if a nation is growing up, is getting developed, or they are just stuck and they are unattractive for multinational firms in order to invest there. Some important definitions that you must know. Well, therefore, the flow of foreign direct investment, which is the amount of FDI undertaken over a given time period, a year. In this case, is in dollars, how many million dollars in this case are accumulated or are given in a year. For example, in 2015, the flow of FDI was about, I don't know, $55 billion. That's an example. And in the stock of FDI is the total accumulated value of a foreign owned assets at a given time. In this case, is how much a specific sector of investment has invested in your country. In this case, for example, we can say that the industry sector in foreign direct investment, they have given, for example, in 2017, I don't know, $75 million. So the flow is in general is all the competitive sectors that must invest in a country, and the stock of FDI is just in several is just being more specific, saying it in simple words. The stock of FDI talks about specific industries that are different. They are a lot wide option of industries that can invest in a country, and then you can check it in a stock of FDI. The outflow is the flow of foreign direct investment out of a country. In this case, how many money is given a company, a multinational firm, to a subsidiary or a brand in an international market. And the inflow is the money of FDI that a country receives. In this case, for example, Mexico, they are receiving an inflow of $55 million in the naval sector, for example. That's the four main definitions that you must know. And we can moving on to the current trends in foreign direct investment and why it's so important. For example, 1975, the global FDI was of $25 billion. And now, if you compare it with the 2019, you can check that the FDI was of $1.3 trillion. That's it's a really significant increasing in the FDI worldwide. And well, multinationals have found a great opportunity in investing on developing countries because they have a cheap workforce and you don't have to pay in the currency of your home country. In this case, most of them are in the United States. You don't have to pay in dollars. So if you go to China, if you go to Mexico, you have to pay in the national currency. And most of the currencies are really weak compared to the dollar. So it's cheaper for you to have your brand in that kind of countries. Some multinationals that have found this great opportunity, for example, is Apple in China. They assemble the iPhones, they assemble their gadgets in China, and they have to pay in yuans. Yuans are really cheaper. They are weaker currency than the dollar. And for example, Nike, over the years, they have manufactured the shoes in this kind of factories in China, in Indonesia, here in Mexico, and they have to pay in Mexican pesos or in the currency of that country. So it's cheaper for them, and they can grow their production and can how can I say it? They can reach a bigger demand. They can fulfill the demand. So for them, it's a really important opportunity, the FDI worldwide. And the main regions that multinationals have target are Southeast Asia, as I said, Indonesia is the first example, and Latin America, for example, Brazil, which is the biggest country with the highest population in Latin America, and also in Mexico. For example, but current trends in FDI, as I said, they have their target regions. For example, Africa has received the smallest amount of FDI globally because the instability in the economic situation of most of the countries. You can check it in a map. You can only say that Morocco, Egypt, South Africa, and Botswana are the only four countries that have certain stability in economic matters. The rest of them is not a suitable option to invest there, so they just focus in these countries, and it's a really low amount of FDI. Multinational multinational firms, when they focus on these countries, is because the amount of raw materials and use them for ensuring future supplies. Just raw materials. They don't look for create a brand, create a subsidiary, create a headquarters there because there's there's nothing there. There's not much you can get from those countries, and they have to just get what they need. And that's the current trends on FDI. And para explicarlo ahora en español, para que quede un poco más claro, pues la inversión extranjera directa es simplemente cuando una empresa, como lo dice, invierte o pone una gran suma de capital o de dinero en un país determinado, de manera que pueda expandir sus operaciones y le sea más sencillo acaparar grandes mercados. De esta manera, pues te ahorras demasiadas cosas, ¿no? Costos de exportación, te ahorras también cualquier tema de tratar con los gobiernos directamente y que exista algún problema con el tema de importación de mercancías. Prácticamente es para tener una oficina en un mercado, conocerlo, adaptarse a él sin necesidad de sacrificar o de tener que comprometer tu producción o comprometer tu rendimiento en tu país de origen, en este caso, ¿no? De esa manera, pues duplicas tu capacidad y no necesitas depender de un lugar u otro para poder solventar una operación en este caso, ¿no? Te sirve porque te haces más competitivo y, pues como les dije, acaparas más mercados. Entonces, pues en 1975 la inversión extranjera directa, el flujo global era de 25.000 millones de dólares, y ahora pues estamos hablando de trillones de dólares, que es un crecimiento exponencial, es una diferencia muy grande, y esto se ha debido a que muchas empresas, como les digo, han encontrado una gran oportunidad en este tema, ¿no? ¿Sabes qué? Parece que en China, en Indonesia, en el sureste asiático, en Latinoamérica, hay muchísima mano de obra porque hay muchos países con una población elevada, y a ellos les tienes que pagar en la moneda local, no tienes que pagarles en dólares, por lo cual, como históricamente el dólar ha sido una de las monedas más fuertes, pues te sale muchísimo más barato, les estás pagando pues prácticamente a la mitad o una cuarta parte de lo que le pagarías a una persona que estuviera haciendo el mismo trabajo en Estados Unidos. Entonces para ellos pues prácticamente es un regalo del cielo, ¿no? Solo que pues prácticamente nadie se ha fijado en África por el tema de la situación económica en muchos países. Muchos de ellos ni siquiera están en vías de desarrollo, están prácticamente atascados, están atorados eh, en una situación muy precaria, y pues no te resulta atractivo buscar en este tipo de naciones una posible inversión, ¿no? Cuando mucho, algunas empresas, sobre todo el sector minero, se han fijado en esta región por la gran cantidad de materia prima que existe, pero fuera de eso, no estamos hablando de una mano de obra preparada o que te pueda generar un valor agregado a un producto. Simplemente llegas a África, a países como Egipto, como Marruecos, como Sudáfrica, como Botswana, que están más o menos desarrollados dentro de lo que cabe, y pues solamente estás tomando sus recursos naturales, o sea, no estás buscando entablar ahí una, una base de operaciones que te permita acaparar ese mercado, sino que simplemente estás tomando la cantidad de recursos que tienen ellos y te los estás llevando a tu país de origen, o de ahí mismo lo mandas a otra base de operaciones que tengas en el mundo, le das una transformación y ya lo terminas vendiendo como un producto competitivo, ¿no? Por esa razón en África casi nadie se ha fijado, y por eso pues muchas empresas, como les digo, han encontrado muy buenas oportunidades más allá de sus fronteras por lo que viene siendo la mano de obra y la preparación en varios de los países de esto.